Well, hello again, everybody. As you know, we always start the shows with memorabilia. No, not my shirt. I know we have. There's my LA there. No, I'm just wanting you to know I'm wearing it because you can't see it on this camera when I'm sitting down like this. Piece of memorabilia today features the guy on the front that, well, we used to all hate the guy because he was our nemesis. But yeah, he's one of the greatest players ever lived. So we have to show him on this show because of something else, what we'll talk about later in the show. This is a disc from. This is which one? Disc 2 of 3 from Home Run Derby, the original 1959-1960 TV show. It came out, it was actually filmed at LA Wrigley Field in 1959 in December. And then from January through June of 1960, they showed it on television. I know most of you probably aren't that old to remember that, or you weren't living around here to see it. Anyway, it was hosted by a guy named Mark Scott, who was a Pacific Coast League announcer. And they filmed it at LA Wrigley Field, which ended up being the home of the Angels in 1961 when they first started. But anyway, the reason I'm showing this is there's a really neat matchup on this particular disc, and it's with Duke Snider against that guy right there, Hank Aaron. And so it's a really interesting show, and just for your fun, I'm going to place that particular show below this show. So after you watch Let's Talk Dodgers, you can watch the episode that featured Hank Aaron and Duke Snider, and we'll have a little trivia quiz about that show a little later on here on Let's Talk Dodgers. Give me a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's do it.
0.
Play ball! It's time for Dodger baseball.
Well, not till tomorrow, but I got you covered here with off day Let's Talk Dodgers, because the boys in blue are wending their way to Texas, where they will play the Texas Rangers over the weekend. Wild series, we're going to talk about that later. They're doing very well too, Texas Rangers. In fact, quick shout out to our pal Lacey, my favorite Rangers fan. Hi Lace, what's going on? In fact, she's never really said this before on the show. She's really part of the inspiration of this show even existing, because she did a Texas Rangers podcast a little before I started this one, and I used her show to kind of base what I wanted to do for this show. So it was kind of not really a template, but I kind of took ideas that she had by what she was doing. So tip of the Dodger cap to Lacey, who has Corey Seager on her team now. So enjoy that. You're welcome. Anyway, the news this week wasn't too fun for the Blue, but they continue to lose series, winning only one game from the Phillies, one game from the Nats, one game from the Cubbies. Not cool at all. But this week it was time to get fat on the Rockies. Am I right? Yeah. And that's precisely what the boys in blue did. Let me move this a little bit this way. There we go. And first of all, in game one, we had 2 home runs. Mookie in the first, Ohtani in the third. Let's hear those right now. Here's Mookie in the first of that first game.
Career. Swung on, hammer, deep left field. Way back it goes. It is gone. Damage done for Mookie Betts as he's hit his 4th home run of the season. The Dodgers jump on top 2-0.
Woo, yeah. I like it. And that was pretty cool. And then later, that was in the first inning. Later on that game, in the third inning, Mr. Ohtani did his thing as well.
Ohtani, who was 1 for 1, had a base hit in the first on a 2-strike pitch. Again, target set outside. There it goes. And he hits it high and deep to center field. This falls back. It is gone. A home run. Shohei Ohtani, his 5th of the season. Oh, what a majestic blast to dead center field for Shohei Ohtani. And the Dodgers lead it 3-0.
And really cool, because along with that, in that game, the second most thing that was besides the home runs, Dustin May came back and looked great. And his line was another good one. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 1 earned run, I think, 7 strikeouts, no walks. That's big right there. On 76 pitches. I'll take that every time from anybody. Great outing, Dustin May. Tip of the Dodger cap. Dustin May did a great job. In game 2, can't say as much for Landon Knack. He had a rough go, but hung in there with 4.1 innings pitched, giving up 2 runs. Will Smith hit a 3-run job, and Shohei hit one in the 5th. We won't hear those right now. Last night in game 3, Bobby Miller, and we won the game, of course. And then Bobby Miller last night returned to the team after lots of injury problems and things like that. But he only went 3 innings, gave up 6 earned runs, not cool, 8 hits, walked 1, but he did have 7 strikeouts of his own, which were pretty cool. He allowed 2 home runs on 84 pitches. So it wasn't a great night for him, but I think Bobby Miller, everybody agrees, Bobby Miller pretty much has a lot to learn about controlling the game a little better with his control and what to do when you don't have your control and what you can do instead. He should take a few pages out of Kershaw's book, because when that guy doesn't have his best stuff, he kind of wends his way through a game snaking around, figuring out what to do instead. So I don't know whether it's take up another pitch or locate better, I don't know what. But anyway, Bobby Miller has a lot to learn. All right, and then the Blue Crew batted around in the first inning, so it became 7-1, and then gave most of it back. But they persevered. They came back to stop the Rocks, 8-7. The bullpen did great. Banda, Kasparis, Vesia, Scott, they all did their jobs, allowing the Dodgers to keep their eventual lead to sweep the series. Let's hear the home runs that were in that game by Mr. Ohtani again, a big one in the first inning. Check it out.
Shohei Ohtani leads off for the Dodgers.
And Shohei hammers it. Ohtani obliterated. 427 feet. We're tied just like that.
That was
13th leadoff home run of his career.
That was a big one, man. Went all the way to the top of the pavilion. Not quite over it, but one day I'm sure he'll hit one over it. And the other one was in the same inning, one batter later. Freddie Freeman, actually 2 batters later. Freddie Freeman did one in the first. Check it out.
Freddie Freeman will come up. Freddie Freeman hammers one. This one is deep. This one is gone. The Dodgers have the lead. 2 solo home runs in the bottom of the first. Ohtani and now Freddie Freeman. It's 2-1.
Yeah, that was great. So the Dodgers sweep the Rocks, which is very cool because they've had a lot of trouble winning series lately. And we're all happy about that. Nothing like getting fat on the Rocks. So when you go face the good teams, like we're going to be facing Texas, and then we're going to go back and play with the Cubs again, only in Chicago this time. I mean, how many times can we see all these great teams are just really something? But we had to, you have to play some of the poorer ones better, get your confidence up, and that's kind of that thing. Anyway, let's do some fun stuff. This is a feel better shout out to Dodger coach Manny Mota. Manny is alert, resting, and responding to medical treatment at an LA hospital after suffering a stroke Monday night. I didn't realize that till just now. The team confirmed that on their social media. And here's a quote from his son. Quote, "Dad never lost consciousness during the incident and is currently doing well," team broadcaster Jose Mota, a former player, told ESPN Deportes. Manny Mota is 87. He spent the past 56 years with the Dodgers as a player, coach, broadcaster, and most recently as part of the veterans group that serves as a liaison between the club and the community. Mota played with the Dodgers for the final 13 years of a 2-decade career that began in 1962 with the Giants, believe it or not, if anybody remember that, I do. And then he spent the next 35 years as a coach, which is a record for the Los Angeles franchise. Get well soon, Manny. We love you. And that leads us up to our shout-outs for today, our regular shout-outs. And boy, there's a gang, and there's a lot of new people out there. We'll get into the stats in just a moment, but check this out. Today we have shout-outs from some newbies, I'm told. How about Esther R.? She lives in Marina, California. You got to look that one up. It's way up there in Monterey County. So glad you could join us, Esther. Thanks for checking in, and big shout-out to you. And how about one more from our friend Jordan? He's the local rep for Frontier. We won't hold that against him. But he's a big Dodger fan. So Jordan, and all your staff there too. All right, and the rest of everybody else today. Who do we have? Oh gosh, we have a ton of people here. Rosie M, Shirley S, Clement A, Gail S, Kazuko I, Bradley A, Josefina M, Vicky Paris L, Tanner A, Tina M, Desiree L, Bobby K, Bradley A, Josefina, let's see, I already said that, Ann F, Greg P, Paul D, Chick Keys C, that's spelled kind of funny, Alma V, Gilbert E, Betty D, Jason G, David C, Lynn T, Cheryl C, Kathy E, Robert B, Daniel P, Roger Yee, and you and me and Fox Cali, because he is Fox Cali and Fox Jabri, and he is El Zorro. Shout outs to everybody. You and you and you and you and you. Thank you all. Wait, one more shout out to everybody. Thank you all for watching. Let's talk Dodgers. Thanks for subscribing in YouTube. Thanks for being on our Facebook page. Tell all your Dodger-loving friends to watch too. Like us in Like us in Facebook, and hit the subscribe button in YouTube. And as always, we're talking Dodgers in here all the time. Go Blue! Now, we have some new followers to the tune of about 250 people in the last 30 days or so, according to numbers inside Facebook. Welcome aboard all the newbies. Last time we gave you the top 5 geographic regions containing Let's Talk Dodgers. So this time, let's give you the rest of the top 10. We had LA, Bakersfield, Phoenix, Long Beach, and Vegas. Here are the rest of the top 10 regions watching us right now. Riverside, Ontario, Victorville, Fresno, and San Diego. Are you kidding me? Wow. And that's regions, of course, not particularly cities, because that's how Facebook kind of, you know, and Let's Talk Dodgers kind of goes. They pick the regions. Thanks for watching wherever you are. Talk about the age breakdown on our Facebook page. I think, did we do this last time? I don't remember. 18 to 24-year-olds, that's 0 to 3%. 25 to 34-year-olds, 9%. Largest group is about 16% at 35 to 44. Largest group of all is 45 to 54, 20%. And then 55 to 64 is about 13%. 65 plus, 10%. So thanks to all of any age for watching Let's Talk Dodgers. I can relate to anyone and so can the Dodgers. All right, baseball is just that way. It's universal. Last time we told you the top 5 countries see in our page. Let's check out the rest of the top 10. We said the United States, Mexico, Japan, Nigeria, and the Philippines. Here are the rest of the top 10. It's Dominican Republic. That's at number 6. Number 7 is Puerto Rico, although they're part of our country. They're not their own real country, right? They're possession. But anyway, shout out to Puerto Rico. Venezuela is 8th. Nicaragua, and number 10, Taiwan. Wow. Thanks for watching us way over there. Amazing. If you have fan mail, you can stick it in our Facebook page, or you can write to me at letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. All right, this date in Dodger history, April 17th. I got 2 of them for you. These are fun if you're a history guy like I am. April 17th, 1956. That's 69 years ago, if you're doing the math. White Sox shortstop Luis Aparicio, Dodger right-hander Big D Don Drysdale, wait a minute, and Reds outfielder at the time Frank Robinson all play in their first Major League games on the same day, April 17th, 1956. The trio's debut marks the first time 3 future Hall of Famers had made their initial appearances on the same day. That's wild. I don't know if that's ever happened since. We'll have to look that one up. Have Sarah Langs look that up. Also on this date, April 17th, not too long ago, 2013, Clayton Kershaw becomes the second fastest Dodger to strike out 1,000 batters when he throws a second-inning 93-mile-an-hour fastball past San Diego's first baseman Yonder Alonso, who's now on MLB Network. The 25-year-old southpaw Kershaw reaches the milestone in 970 career innings, 15.2 more than needed by Hideo Nomo, who established the team mark in 2003. Nice going, Clayton. Happened on this date in 2013. All right, stats of the day. I got a couple of them here for you. Well, as y'all know, Austin Barnes played last night for Will Smith, so he got a couple of hits and did some great things. But Will Smith rested, and that goes well today's day off because, you know, they're not playing today. So, in his last game Tuesday, Will Smith hit a 3-run home run. All right. Well, catcher Smith is 10 for 13 with runners in scoring position this season, which has pretty much gone unnoticed because of all the superstars on this team. I'll say that one more time. Will Smith, our catcher, okay, after his 3-run home run the other night, he's 10 for 13 with runners in scoring position for the season. It's unbelievable, man. Way to go, Smith. Keep it going. He's coming back. Probably can see him tomorrow night in action in Texas. That'll be a really great series. All right, also on our stats, haven't done this in a couple days, the Jack in the Box Jumbo Jack watch. By the way, you get one today. Anytime the Dodger pitching staff records 7 strikeouts in a game, we get free Jumbo Jacks the next day. So far this season, well, in the last couple of series, let's look at this. They've only missed 3 games all season where they didn't get 7 or more. But in the last 3 games against the Rocks, they got 9, 10, and 16. How about that? And that means this year, in all those games they played 20 games. That means 17 out of 20 times they've done it. That's 85% of the games, there's 7 or more strikeouts by the pitching staff. I love it. That's a lot of jumbo jacks. Last year, you may remember, in 24, the staff had a total of 7 or more 118 times in 162 games. That's 72.8% of the time. That's probably much we're going to end up at the end of the season. But for right now, we're at the 85% mark, and we're 20 games in already. That's unbelievable. So we're starting this year with a pretty good pitching staff. No matter who's on the hill, we're striking a lot of guys. So whenever the pitching staff gets 7 or more Ks in a season, Robin, this is for you. All you do is walk in any Jack in the Box restaurant and the next day in LA or even in Ventura County, and all you have to say is, give me the Dodger deal, please. And when you buy a large drink, you get a free jumbo jack with it. And how cool is that? Thank you to Jack in the Box for supporting our team. All right, one more stat and we'll let you go with stats. On last night's postgame show, Sportsnet LA revealed this stat from Optus Sports. I don't know if you've heard of this before. This is a pretty wild one. The starting pitchers in last night's game, Rockies and Dodgers combined, starting pitching line looked like this in the first 3 innings, 3.2 innings. They pitched 3.2 innings. They allowed 14 hits, 13 earned runs, and 4 home runs. And they noted that, quote, no other MLB game in history has seen the starters allow at least that many hits, earned runs, and homers while pitching so few innings since earned runs became official in both leagues in 1913. Wow! I'm telling you, baseball is a great game, and every night you're going to hear about something that never was done before. Unbelievable. You'll always see something or hear something or hear a stat that's never happened before. All right, we got some quick hit trivia for you. Back in 1959, we talked about this at the beginning of the show, Home Run Derby was filmed out at Wrigley Field in Los Angeles, the former home of the Angels. Each episode featured a major league hitter of the time, Hank Aaron, Duke Snider, Gil Hodges, Frank Robinson. Each guy would compete against another guy of that era, and each winner of the episode would win $2,000, and the loser would win $1,000. Okay, so if you won 5 of those, right, that's 10 grand. My question to you is this: from all the and I'll give you multiple choice on this. From all the participants, who was the big winner of the most money in that show? Not who hit the most home runs. Who made the most money and won the most episodes? Was it A, this guy, Hank Aaron? Was it B, Willie Mays? Or was it C, Duke Snider? I'll even give you D. Was it Mickey Mantle? Answer in just a few minutes. Who made the most money in the 1959-60 series Home Run Derby? And I'll have a little special something to go with it at the end. So we'll give the answer in just a minute. Let's get you out to, not yet, not before we get to the ballpark. Somebody asked me this again. So many people are asking, hey, Randy, how can I watch the team play if I don't have any cable or internet or any of that kind of stuff? Well, you got to have at least some internet. But here's the 5 different ways you can watch Dodgers for free. Shh, don't tell anybody. Frontier and Spectrum don't want you to know this. First, there's an overseas betting site called MLB66.ir. It's now called MLB24ALL.ir, MLB24all.ir. That one's cool. It's also free. A little hard to use sometimes. Got a lot of bugs on it, being from IR, which is Iran. The second one is cool, and it's also free. It's a company called MLB Streams. You'll find it at the URL address MLBwebcast.com. And Blue Live Stream is the third one. That's one that's a page in Facebook. It's now gone underground and changed the name to BLS, but you still have to be invited by someone in the group. That's me. Fourth way is called Dofu. It's a free app that you can put on your phone, and you can watch on your phone or cast it to your TV. And the fifth way is another app, and it's called Dorato Sport, Dorato Sport app. And it's similar, I'm told, to Dofu, that you can cast it to your TV. So that's pretty cool. So those are the 5 ways to watch. Everybody get that? Okay. But wait a minute. If you didn't get it, rewind and watch it again. All right. Let's get you out of you don't have to do it anymore. You just take the button and go like that. Let's get you out of the ballpark. We're going to Texas next, right? Okay. Lacey, I want to talk to you on the phone during one of these games, kiddo. Friday, 4/18, the April 18th game, Mr. Yamamoto goes against Mr. Nathan Eovaldi. Yamamoto goes against Jacob deGrom. Yamamoto's 2-1 with his 1.23 ERA. Are you kidding me? Sweet. Jacob deGrom is 0-0 with a 4.3 ERA. And And that's a 5:05 game Pacific time. Okay, 5:05. 5:05. You got that? On Sportsnet LA. Saturday is going to be Roki Sasaki. He's 0-1 with a 3.29 ERA going up against Nathan Eovaldi. He's 1-2 with a 2.55 ERA. That's a 105 game on Big Fox. You got that? Fox on Saturday. Okay, that's a Cheryl alert. Saturday's game is supposed to be on Fox. Okay, nationwide. Also, I just found out one of these games may be on MLB Network, and I think I have a note on that. I didn't turn on the light for a minute. See, it's on my phone here. I was just telling Cheryl about it. Wasn't I, Cheryl? Yes. And I said that MLB Network is also carrying the game tomorrow night on Friday. So that's another thing to look for on the Friday game with Yamamoto and DeGrom. Not only on Sportsnet LA, but it should be on MLB Network if you're out of market. All right? And a Cheryl alert also for Saturday on Big Fox. Everybody's going to see that one. On Sunday, the 20th of April, besides my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, Jess. All right. Tyler Glasnow and his 1-0 record and his 4.85 ERA go up against Tyler Mahle. Is it Mahle? That's an interesting game. That's going to be an 11:35 game. Got to get it right here. 11:35. That's Pacific time on Sportsnet LA. And let's see. The team will then be off on Monday. They're not playing Monday, and they're going to fly to Chicago to play the Cubs again. Yeah, again. So that's going to be it. We're going to be Yamamoto, Sasaki, and Glasnow. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday's game 5:05. Saturday's game 1:05. Sunday's game 11:35 a.m. Okay, got that? And tomorrow's game should also be on MLB Network out of market. Saturday's game, Big Fox. Now, the team will be off, like I said, Monday. All games are on the Dodger flagship radio station, AM 570 LA Sports. That's a Fox Sports station. It's called KLAC also. And in Ventura County right now, you can hear games over 106.3 FM. The Tide, K-Tide, KTYD. And of course, La Super Q, KTNQ, has all the Spanish broadcasting on AM 1020. And coming soon, I just found out, I guess this morning, I was diddling around, and I found out that here in Ventura County, one of our news stations, it was an all-news station it was News and Talk called KTVA, on the AM dial. It's going to be a new Fox Sports affiliate in Ventura County. Haven't heard when it'll happen. Maybe soon, but right now they're playing all sports on that formerly all news talk station in Ventura County. And it'll be on, I think it's 1590 and something else. But anyway, you can look them up on ktva.com if you're in Ventura County and check them out. They're playing sports right now. I don't think they're carrying the Dodgers yet because K-Tide still has it in Ventura County. But we'll tighten that up for you and let you know when that happens. All right, quick hit trivia answer. We told you a moment ago that back in 1959, when Home Run Derby was running, actually 60, it was filmed in 59. It was played on TV from January to July of 60. Each episode featured a hitter of that time. It was a big slugger. Each winner of that episode would win $2,000, and the loser would get $1,000. And my question was, from all the participants, who was the big winner of the most money in that show? Was it Hank Aaron? There he is. Was it Willie Mays, Duke Snider, or Mickey Mantle? Anybody get it? Anybody remember? Anybody know for sure? Yeah, I've looked it up many times. I have dissertations on it. People have written volumes on that show. It was so great. There's your answer. Hank Aaron. You know how much he won? Some of those guys walked out of there with $5,000, $6,000, $8,000. Not Hank Aaron. He won $13,500. And what did he do with it? He put it as a down payment on a house for his parents. Isn't that great? He bought a house for his folks. Way to go, Henry. We miss him. He's been gone a little while now. But Hammer and Hank was the big winner in that series. He didn't hit the most home runs, just for extra credit. Anybody know who hit the most home runs on that? He hit about 35 of them or 40 or something like that. You know who hit more? Yeah, even though he lost more, Mickey Mantle hit the most home runs on that one. But I'm going to, and as a cool aside, as I told you a minute ago, I'm going to do something special with this show. I'll tell you at the very end, so keep watching. We're still 24 minutes into this show, so it'll take an hour to load up. All right, other cool stuff. Don't forget, I tend to leave some pretty cool Dodger content about our team. Today I'll be leaving you the special. I'm going to leave you that episode 11 from that 60 series Home Run Derby. That's the one that has Hank Aaron against our own Duke Snider. It's a very cool episode. Not a lot of scoring in that one, but it's a lot of fun, and I think you're going to enjoy it. I'll put it right down. It's on YouTube. I'll put it down in our under this show. All right, I'm going to talk with you again probably after this series, And we'll talk before the Cubs series again, all right? Shout out to Cousin Les, because we're going to talk to him on the Cubs series again, right? Right, Cousin Les? Yeah. All right. And just as a reminder, when we get out of here, I'm going to play the Fox tag because it's going to be on Fox. Remember, Big Fox on Saturday, okay? We'll talk with you soon. Go Blue. Let's beat the Rangers. I'm Randy. You know who you are. Come on back next time. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. See you then, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.